welcome to Stan the Wine Man TV. I am your host, Stan Rattan, and this is a Blue Collar Wine Show where I help you spend your wine dollars wisely. First off, I'd like to thank you for all your comments. I'm getting a lot of comments. I like it. People, asking me questions, and I try to answer all those comments, and I really appreciate that. Thank you very much for getting involved. I love that kind of community that I'm developing here on YouTube, and it's really fun. I'm having a good time. This is my second episode featuring what I call my pick of the month at the store I work at. This is not a platform to sell wine at the store, but I think it's kind of cool to understand the psyche, what's in my head that causes me to pick a certain wine for the month. Now I use what they call the 80% rule. I believe that 80% of the people that buy that wine are going to like it. There's certain pockets of people. There's old world wine lovers, there's new world wine lovers, there's Spanish wine lovers, there's Italian wine lovers, French, it's all over the place. And I have all those people that talk to me and share their thoughts. I've been doing this in this department for a long time, and I've really taken serious this responsibility to try and understand people's palates and what they like. The pick of the month kind of fills in all the cracks. In other words, it covers a lot of these particular areas that people like in wine. So that's what I try to do. I've been fairly successful at it. I've missed, of course. Always on November, my birth month, I pick a wine that fits my palate. And that's the only time I take that liberty. And I put that on the sign so everybody knows. I do nice little descriptors on the wine so they understand. So this is my pick for April. This is a Syrah Grenache Carignan from the Languedoc region of France, southern France. It's Hector and Bannier H&B red from the Languedoc. It rolls in at $13. There is the label for you. Okay. Now, when I tried this wine, I thought, okay, this is a wine that a lot of people will like. It kind of has a little bit of that New World fruit, a little bit of minerality, a little bit of acidity, and we'll talk about it as we go along. The Syrah comes from the Languedoc. Languedoc is, it gets some Mediterranean influence, so it has a lot of sun, but also a lot of wind. So those are great combinations for growing good fruit. The Grenache is sourced from Roussillon, which is really close to the Languedoc region of this area. Montpellier is in the region of Languedoc, just so you know, give you kind of a reference point. This is the Languedoc used to be just kind of cheap wines. Let's just face it. It used to be considered the value spot in France. Well, they become a lot more advanced in wine techniques and winemaking, and the wine has improved immensely over the years. So Languedoc no longer is just cheap table reds. They get pretty serious about their wines. So let's look at the color. So it is a garnet. You can see through it a little bit, but not a lot. It's very dark, has a little bit of a dark rose petal thing going on, which I like. But you can see through it a little bit. A little bit of ruby action as well. Let's see what we get on the nose. Nice, I get good plum and boysenberry notes. A little tobacco just hiding in the background. I like the red flower notes that kind of sneak in as well. They're very subdued, but they're there. Getting a little burn on the nose. This is it is, I believe, yes, little tiny letters. Of course, I just read it. Oh yeah, here it is. 60% Syrah, 25% Grenache, and 15% Carignan. Okay. It smells ripe on the nose. Let's see what we get on the palate. So right up front, you get an initial attack of plums. I get a little strawberry on this one. A little boysenberry, blackberry thing going on. But then the acidity kind of takes over and freshens it up on the palate. Then it morphs into a little minerality. So you see what I'm talking about here? You have fruit, minerality, and acidity. Now that covers a whole range of people. Some people like high acid wines. I'm not a super fan of high acid wines unless it's, let's say, a a rosé. I like my rosés to be a little cutting on the palate. Riesling is nice when it has a little more acidity. Sauvignon Blanc, those type of things. But on reds, I'm not super freaked out when it's a high acidity wine. I do like a little bit of acid. It really works for food, just so you know. So like you said, initial attack of plums, blackberries, get a touch of strawberry. The tobacco kind of hides underneath all of this. Like I said, it gets really fresh on the mouth and then finishes with that kind of crushed rock thing going on. So like I said, now some New World wine lovers might say, it's a little too acidic for me maybe, but I don't think the acid is over the top. The minerality is nice. If you have this with a steak, you could have this with chicken. It kind of has that almost Pinot-ish Gamay sort of body to it, but it has a lot more different flavors than a Gamay or a Pinot Noir. So far, I've sold a lot of this wine, which means that people are coming back and getting more. I really take this seriously because a lot of people just immediately go to the stack, read a couple of my notes, and grab a bottle. Because they become to trust me, which is a big thing, huge thing in the wine world. Trust is a big thing. So I try really hard to pick that right wine that I think a lot of people will like. And I like it when I come back. Now, the cool thing about this wine is, I'm jumping all over the place, it's the spice on the back end, which you would expect from Grenache. It takes a while for it to sneak in. So it has a good long finish, tobacco, a little bit of white pepper, and I think the blackberry notes are lingering with the plums. Cool wine, $13. It's been a hit, so that always makes me feel good. I think we'll probably go one more red in May. I might review that one here. I don't always get a chance to do that. And I waited, of course, till the 20th of the month to do it because I don't want to start off on the beginning of the month and make everybody go, Stan's trying to sell wine. I'm not. But I do want to help you understand what goes on in this noggin when it comes to picking the wine of the month. Thanks for taking a little time out of your day. I really appreciate your support. It means a lot to me. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'd really like to hit 700 subscribers by the end of the year. So tell your friends about it. I'm at 4 something, which is very cool. And I do really, over 400 subscribers, it's a big deal to me. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the comments. You keep watching. And I'll keep helping you spend your wine dollars wisely.